Howdy. I managed to read what Dutchsins was writing or answering me. Unfortunately, as the discoverer of something all the professionals said was impossible, the question then becomes, who is my peer? Yeah, I somehow tried to get in contact with him, but I haven't found any way. But it would be interesting. I could uh, maybe help. I don't know. But it is an interesting case nonetheless. But let's dive into something else. Or obviously, actually, we don't. It doesn't work anymore. How funny. But anyway, let's check out some weather because this seems to work. What do we see? A whole lot of lightning already going on since many, many hours, days, probably even weeks. It is really hot in Central Europe, so you can expect extreme weather, wind, hail, rain, floods, lightning, all what you need in order to make people aware of what nature, what forces lies really in nature. And I also noticed something up here in the north. If we scroll back, it's just appearing for a brief second. I haven't seen this kind of radar anomaly over Finland. Yeah, and it doesn't really stay for that much longer, even though we are really at the beginning of the time lapse, but it's just there for a brief, maybe an hour or something. Okay, we can assume that this is the range of the radar. But the interesting thing is afterwards, after this is disappearing, at some point of time, there's some action going on there. Like all of a sudden, ding. And they just disappear again. I find this really interesting because they just shouldn't like appear and disappear like that. This is not how nature works. And I'm not saying these aren't natural occurrences. I think they are. I think the problem lies more in the machinery and data processing. You can think about by yourself what this could probably mean. I won't take. I just showed it to you. I just share my observations. But there is quite something going on today in Europe, weather wise. This is a region we have to maybe have to have a close eye on today. Also, this one, the whole Central Europe basically. Because we have here Koblenz. And if we go a little bit closer, This is the Lachersee, the Lake Lach in Germany, which is a volcano. And I think it won't take too long anymore until there is also some action going on. We had those floods there in Koblenz some time ago, last year. So I wouldn't be surprised if there would happen something in the same region again. I'm not saying today or tomorrow, but in not too distant future. And if you check out satellite pictures, I think these patterns look really interesting. We have something spinning here over the Baltic Sea. Some double layer action, this kind of bow shock. Which seems to have the center here. It has been moving a little bit to the north. It was in front of Portugal for some time, but it's spinning somehow at the same region since quite some time. Sometimes it a little bit dissipated, but it came back. And we still don't have any action which goes from Africa into the Gulf of Mexico to provide hurricanes and these kind of things. There's nothing moving. I mean, this kind of storm cells or whatever. It is really interesting. But here you can see how it's pulling hot air into the north from Africa into Europe. And there has been extreme weather in Europe. You can check for yourself all extreme weather videos you can find. Recent ones yesterday, 2 days ago. Today will come more hailstorms, sandstorms, and whatever you need. France, Italy, Spain, many other places. Also outside of Europe. I know I basically usually talk about Europe because it doesn't seem that there's anyone doing these kind of things. There are a few people who do weather stuff and these kind of things about the US, and I bet in Asia there are many, but I cannot read their language and I don't understand their languages. So, and there's furthermore this kind of, no, how to put it, restrictions. People aren't really able to talk about certain things. And here over Russia, there's also something really interesting going on. As we look at Siberia, it's cloudless in the east. There seems to be developing two centers. And maybe there's gonna be heat sometime soon. Actually, we could check it out instead of guessing. Thunderstorms? Temperature. No. Yeah, it's gonna be hot. Let's see if there's gonna be some temperature records broken in Siberia as well this year. Until now, it has been fairly cold. Temperature records have been broken in Switzerland and guess Germany and many other places in Central Europe. And I have been watching Siberia for quite some time. And now, today, at the summer solstice, it seems to start really to crank up, getting hot in Siberia. Really hot. This is just a forecast. Yeah, there is potential for more heat there. But still, we have really hot temperatures. Northern Africa, Iraq, 46 degrees. That's quite much. Now let's have a look at the temperature map or weekend. Now let's just have a look and see if there's any change happening in the next few days regards to temperature. Because extreme weather means also extreme changes from one extreme into the other. Thursday, it seems to pull in cold air from the north in the next few days into Central Europe, at least to some degree. So for those people who don't really like the heat in Central Europe, I think this is good news. It's gonna settle down. Here is really nicely visible how colder air makes its way into Europe again. Let's just watch until the end and then check what they are thinking, how hot it's gonna be on Thursday 30th. And I guess somehow at 4 o'clock or something in the afternoon is probably the most hot. 29 degrees. So there's gonna be a small break and then it's gonna continue. 36. And we get somewhat 24. Yeah, that's really enough for me. My blood is too thick for Nevada. Yeah, happy summer, everyone. Be aware. After a really intensive springtime, spring equinox 2022, we're gonna get a summer 2022. One to remember. And it starts with a bang. Thanks.